Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nupehadda, and today I'm doing a card that I didn't think I was ever going to do. The Seal of Orichalcos. Anyone who is old enough to see the original Yu-Gi-Oh show knows what this card did in the show. However, it has been a bit nerfed, and for appropriate reasons. But let's get into this. While this card is on the field, you pretty much have to destroy all special summon monsters that you currently control. You cannot special summon any monsters from your extra deck. All monsters on your side of the field will gain 500 attack points. If you control two or more monsters on the field, your opponent cannot attack any monsters with the lowest attack. So, here is where we get into this. Normally, I only review cards that I particularly like or nostalgia reason or everything, and I think this falls more in nostalgia until I'm asked this question. Nopula, have you ever thought about putting Seal of Orichalcos and Cosmos? At first, I wanted to beat the guy up beside the head. But then, thinking about it for a bit long time, strangely enough, this card could actually work in Cosmos. Cosmos is one of those decks that rarely uses the extra deck at all, and Leps absolutely. And because of this, the Seal of Orichalcos not only destroys their ships that they have on the field, but makes Farm and Grow an additional 500 plus, makes another 2000k. And those ships will also get a 500 plus bonus. It's not preventing them from doing anything that they already do. It's actually helping them. Now, argumentatively, Cosmo Town is still a pretty good card, allowing them to search and everything like that. But if you really want to be the OTK person and just try to wreck as fast as you can, the Silver Cocos will probably be something you can do. Also, I forgot to mention on the effects here. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can only activate one Seal of Orichalcos once per duel. Not turn, duel, which means the current duel that you're in, that's the only time you can activate it. So if someone flips Phoenix Wing Wind Blast or anything of that nature, it will still get rid of it and everything like that. But MST, Twin Twister, and everything is not going to hit this. If they do, they're just wasting resources. Like I said, Phoenix Wind Blast is the optimized choice when it comes to this card. But on that same notion, thinking of Cosmos actually utilizing this card is kind of a threatening scenario. Not as threatening as Pepe's, but we already have to deal with Cosmos. They're getting more support from the Bosch set coming out, which is Breaker of the Shadows, by the way, if you don't watch any of my other videos. But if anything, this card can definitely wreak havoc to your opponent, especially with a deck that is dedicated to blowing themselves up and banishing themselves from the graveyard. Even if your opponent does get rid of this card, they have to worry about Cosmo Town afterwards. Plus, they are running at least one copy of Terraformer from what I remember. Maybe two, but right now they're running one. And that is pretty situational for the opponent. Not for the Cosmo player, of course, because Cosmo player, um, I'm sure that they're going to find ways to utilize this. So that's really all I have to say about it. The TV show version was better, obviously. Um, One, it didn't prevent you from special summon from the extra deck, and two, you know, stealing of souls and everything. But anyways, do I recommend it in Cosmos? I say test it out, to be honest. but that's if you can afford Cosmos. They're getting cheaper by the day, obviously, but they're still kind of expensive. They are pretty much the Noah Knights of the newer generation. A lot better than Noble Knights currently. Um, if Noble Knights had more of their cards came out, it'd be like they did with the current sets and everything like that. I'm sure Noble Knights would actually have saw some better play, but Cosmos, love them or hate the deck archetype and everything. This is definitely a card that they should consider. They might not want to. That's fine, but 500 attack points and being able to protect Farm Girl from unnecessary death. I mean, shoot. Um, what is it? Wicked Witch will be a 2400 attacker that can't die by paying 1,000 life points. That's kind of dangerous, and the majority of the non-targetable ships are going to be 3,500. Yeah, this could be an interesting scenario. So, like I said, I don't have much to talk about this. It's something to look into. I personally don't see myself doing that, even if I did have all the Cosmos stuff, which I don't. Um, but it's all y'all's viewpoints and everything like that. Do what you want. Have a nice evening, everyone. Good night.